Yo, Elliot, quick question. Right now, I'm in transition to a new job. I'm starting fresh in like 2 weeks. I'm focused on my purpose and I'm more alive than ever. Your course has been helping me out a lot. People like you inspire people like us. What defines a man as a legend? What defines us as cool? What makes us admirable? I always wanted to be someone that is respected, not just by other men, but also by women. I want to know your opinion. I'm 23 years old. I want to fix my life up. How do I gain the respect of other people? You know, it's interesting because I used to think about the same thing when I was your age. I remember doing a course similar to what you guys are doing here with me, right? It was a course about being the best you, and it was also wrapped up in entrepreneurship. And I remember answering the question, what do you want out of life? And everything that you just said right there is what I wanted. I wanted people to admire me. I wanted to be well known. This was just something that I sensed in my heart, right? And maybe it was my ego or whatever, but apparently it unfolded the way it was supposed to. And the reason why I say that is because a lot of times that which we want, that what we were aiming for, that which we are open to is actually it's a premonition. I think a lot of our goals and a lot of our desires, if they're pure, is a premonition, or we're psychic in a way. And I say that because there have been so many things that I've wanted in my life that once life began to unfold, right? You're 23, you still have some time. You still have a lot of time. As things began to unfold, those things started to make themselves evident to me in my life. And I didn't know how I was going to do it. And I don't think you need to know exactly how you're going to do it either. And this is where my advice, I would like to take my opinion and my advice and carry you. You do what you're doing every day to the best of your ability, no matter what it is, right? That's how you become admirable, particularly when you say what defines a man as a legend. A man that's a legend is a man that is the best at what he does, right? The best, a master. You need to become a master at whatever you do. And it doesn't even matter what you do. My dad used to say this to me when I was a kid. He would say, I don't care what you do, son, right? Because honestly, he can't know what I'm going to do, right? When he was raising me, there was no internet. He was going to say, you know what, son, I really hope you grow up to be an influencer of young men through the world, using the internet, making YouTube videos, right? Like, he couldn't have said that. He had no freaking clue. And I had no clue. None of that existed. But the sentiment that whatever you do, son, you give it your best. You be the best at whatever it is that you do. I don't care. And he would give like different examples, like I was talking about before, like sweeping the street. If you're going to do that, that's what you're destined to do. People will respect you if you're the best at that very thing. I remember when I was a kid, I used to go to Pathmark, right? I lived in New York. That was a supermarket. Pathmark. And at Pathmark, I would go with my mother, right? And we go grocery shopping. There was this guy that worked there that was so engaged. He would sweep the floor. He literally was a sweeper, right? He was so engaged in everything that he was doing, and he was so friendly to everybody that he was like the most respected man there. It's the craziest thing. It was so weird. I think he was a little off. Maybe he had like autism or something like that. But the bottom line was that everybody loved him. Why? Because he smiled all the time. He was friendly all the time. He never was grumpy. He never took himself or the job too seriously. And he was just sweeping the aisles. I remember it was the strangest thing, but my mom would stop and talk to him. And they would have conversations. They'd be chatting. That man is a legend. That man's a legend. You know how I know he's a legend? Because he's still in my mind. Think about what that word legend means, right? It means that your reputation precedes you. A legend means that people have an association with what kind of person you are, even when you're not there. It precedes you. And that precedes him, right? What defines us as cool? What makes us admirable? Once again, and we had this conversation last week, a man is a man to the degree that he's competent. Become competent in something. Anything, but be competent in something. Be a master in something. That's what makes a man respectable, right? And it could be, look, I have some friends that they are competent at making money. Like, it doesn't even matter how they make money. I have friends that are serial entrepreneurs, legit. I had this one kid, he was my best friend in college, right? His name is Rich. And he hopped from selling betting tips on AOL chat rooms, right? That's how he started. Selling AOL betting tips, right? And he was making like 40 grand a month. We were like 19 years old at the time. I was like, damn. But even before that, Rich was always selling something. He was always making money somehow. It was the weirdest thing, right? But this was his attitude. Maybe because his name was Rich, he knew he was going to be rich. Today, he owns a myriad of nightclubs on Long Island in New York City. He brings in like pop star celebrities and stuff. And I see pictures of him on Instagram and I'm like, damn, that's Rich. He's at it again. He just knows how to make money, right? He knows, and whatever he does, he started that betting tip company. Then he was like flipping iPads on eBay. Then he was doing he's always up to some kind of hustle. What is Rich great at? Among other things, making money, right? He just became a master at making money. Some guys are masters at reading books and relaying the message, right? You ever know these guys that like, man, you sound so well read, right? Every time you speak to them, it's like, well, according to this study, according to this book, according to this idea, according to this philosophy, boom, 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 boom. It's like, wow, this guy's a master at condensing, like absorbing, digesting, condensing, and delivering information. What a master. I like to think that I'm a master of communication, but particularly through the screen, right? If you meet Elliot face to face, you're not going to get the same Elliot that you see right here talking to the screen, right? Because I made this a form of mastery. How can I be as entertaining, engaging, informative, and supportive as I can while talking to a camera, right? Not everybody can do that because it's a little weird because I'm talking to myself, right? It's a form of mastery. Somebody asked me, Elliot, where's your mastery? Where have you dedicated yourself in order to become the best at what you do? It is delivering through the screen. Whatever it is, bro, you will be respected if you make it your goal to be a master at that thing. So when you say, I'm 23 years old, I want to fix up my life, you know what? It's a good idea to start exploring what you want to become a master at. You don't have to choose it, especially at age 23. I said last week that you don't become a man until age 24. I really believe that. You're still a teenager until 24, right? Because if you notice, the first 12 years, you're a child. Then from 12, right, because it happens in phases of 12, I believe. First 12 years, you're a child. Second 12 years, you're a man-child, right? You're a teenager. From 24 to 36, you're a young adult. From 36 to 52 or 39, you're a middle adult. And then you're an elder and so on and so forth, right? So 24, you're not even a young adult yet, which is a beautiful thing. It's a good thing because that means you start your journey you still have a year to start that path throughout your adulthood. Bro, like I said, when I was 23, I had those desires that you had. By 24, I was married and I had my first child. By 27, I discovered strongman and started strength camp. By 36, I came full circle. I allowed my career in fitness to carry me full circle through age 36. That's where the seeds were planted, grown, and fruit produced. That 12 years. So I will say this to you. You could start at any time, but between ages of 24 and 36, that is your opportunity to discover your lane and dominate it. And I think you'll be great, dude. Hope that helps, man. Done.
Yo, it's your bro, Elliot. I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, you ought to know that it was a clip from one of my most recent King Transformation classes with my students, where, among other things, we get together about 4 or 5 hours a week and we speak on things as it relates to becoming kings in our lives in fitness, business, and with women. If that sounds like you and you want to join a like-minded group of men who are growing stronger every day in every way in this degenerate age, then it's real simple. Just follow me on Instagram and then DM me the word King, K-I-N-G, and then me and my team will get back to the details to see if you qualify. I really hope to see you at the next meeting. Done.